Hello, my beautiful viewers. I've got my crown on because I am beautiful Howard, or my Miracle Man's dancing queen butterfly, and I do have the butterfly here at the back. I must just say, my beautiful Howard. Oh, excuse me, my viewers. Let me just quickly say something to Howard. I really missed my butterfly because for 4 months I was in New Zealand, and this canvas is a big canvas, and I cannot take it. But anyway, my beautiful viewers, this is part two of our amazing show that me and Howard has a heart-to-heart talk, and there's so much wisdom and golden nuggets. Please check out the first show, and here is the second one. So, my beautiful Howard, how did you feel after the first recording we did?
I first of all just grateful that you and I get to spend time together, even though it's digital and not in person. I value it so much, and I'm just very blessed, very lucky to be able to have a deep conversation with you that we're going to share, and hopefully we can impact and touch someone else's heart. And also, I want to offer you congratulations on grandchild number 3, Uma. You went and sparked a third grandchild, and you got so much quality time with family and your daughter and your son and your 3 grandchildren. And I love the updates from New Zealand. We were following you the whole time. Plus, we talked a bunch too. But that is a beautiful thing to bring a life in, and you were there to help the family in for 4 months. It's a long time, but you did beautiful things there with your family, and we got to meet your grandchildren, and I loved every minute of that too.
Wow, thank you, my beautiful Howard. I said to my husband when I came back, I am truly honored that I could be in the position to go and spend four months there, because I was on granny duty for 8 weeks. She could
Yes.
not travel anywhere for 8 weeks. I was on granny duty, but I loved every minute. I loved every minute. So, my beautiful viewers, we had such an impactful show, the first session, and we're going to continue. But on the lighter side, I have to put on I had a crown, and I want to put on this. So, my beautiful Howard, what is your word for the year?
So, with the sudden news in November of a third cancer mountain to climb, I chose a word in January during the new year of perseverance. I need to persevere through this darkness back to the light, and I will.
Ask me, ask me, ask me.
I will. This Sanet, my beautiful dancing queen butterfly, what is your word for the year?
Oh, thank you for asking, my beautiful Howard. my word is celebration. So celebration. I will be 60 this year.
Yes.
60 year. I don't say old. I'm not going to be 60 this year, and I celebrate this year. After 3.5 years, on my bucket list, the 20th of June 2021, I asked God. I needed to do something. Was retrenched, could not work in New Zealand because of COVID, and I said to God, I need to be in purpose, and we discussed the purpose, and I'm going to start a beautiful Diamond Beauties Forever group. Well, I'm going to start a group, and he helped me with the name. So that's what I say. Diamond Beauties Forever is a God's group. It's on God's radar. He gave it to me. I am truly so honored to be in stewardship. Stewardship. I hope I pronounce it right.
Oh, yeah.
For his group. For his group. So I wanted on the bucket list. I put that there. I said 1,000 members and 60 wisdom keepers. because me alone cannot move. There's no movement in one person. There's a movement in a lot of people. And I celebrate 1,000 members in December. We are currently in 55 countries around the world, and I've got 63 wisdom keepers. As ladies that have stepped up and are inspiring, helping me to inspire so many. And we have 26 Mrs. Spots and 25 tea parties. So we've got 5 tea parties per day, half an hour from time zones New Zealand till Hawaii. Any lady can phone in and be with an amazing tea party host, Mrs. Spots, and she will be seen, heard, and she will be valued. She will feel she belongs to a group. She belongs in a community. So I am going to do, my word is celebration. So you can hear I am celebrating the whole year. Why not? Why not?
Let's celebrate. And it's a brilliant idea. And you give people their voice and you allow them to be heard. And the Mrs. Potts basically run these rooms, and it happens all over the world. It's incredible what you've done and innovated. Incredible. Let's celebrate.
I'm going to celebrate. Thank you. So, my beautiful Howard, here
Yes.
is your book. We talked about
Okay.
your book in the first half, but I wanted to let you know your book was one of the blessings you have bestowed on the Diamond Beauties. It was not this December, but previous year, December. You come and inspire us on our, we call it the play date, but that's the first Monday of every month. We have a get together, a circle of amazingness, meeting friends around the world because we are ultimately amazing friends. And you come and inspire us. The ladies loved you. I didn't have a men's group. I only started the men's group that end of that year. So the ladies loved you, and you were sitting there and you were saying, you were looking at the ladies and you said, I am gifting you all a copy of my book.
The digital copy. Yeah.
But still, it's a copy. Well, I show now the book, but I mean the book about the
But it
digital
was a
copy.
full digital PDF of 360 pages. I was so inspired. We had only known each other a few months, and we had done our dance and our interview, and you said, I'd like you to come present and tell your story. And this was actually, I presented and I felt honored, and it was Q&A. So they got to ask questions, and I wanted to offer a gift back to them. And because they were so interested in my story, and it was heartfelt. And so I made that. That was the first time I've ever made that offer. My publisher almost, was like, "What are you doing? We want to sell books." I was like, "No, this is a very special group of women around the world that will use the book, will tell others about it." And I just felt it in my heart to do that. And it's up on your website, still available in the Diamond Beauties today. And I love doing that for me. It was great. And it gave me exposure and awareness and feedback. People contacted me and gave me feedback and said they were inspired, or what did you mean in this chapter, about the grandmother's meatloaf or brisket recipes? My grandmother's left me recipes, and we fight about the best way to do it too. So it was just a beautiful thing, and I was inspired, and then too they were inspired.
Wow, thank you. So I'm going to take off the crown now. Oopsie
Yes,
daisy.
yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So let me put back on my magic hat. My hat. When I didn't have a lot of hair, my beautiful Howard, I decided to wear hats and not go and bought a wig. And yes, I do have beautiful hair now, but the hat stayed because I just love hats. So, my beautiful Howard, we talked about your book a little bit. Just
Yes.
one more question out of the book.
Yes.
What was your most favorite part of the of any of the chapters? What was your most favorite part?
My most favorite, I mean, it's my life. So I happen to love all of it. So, it includes, my grandmother who came to the United States from, that's chapter one, from somewhere in Russia, Poland, could be Ukraine. They lived in a little hut with 6 kids, and the boys sent tickets over. So it's chapter one. And the reason chapter one is because it sets the whole tone for the book. My grandmother, Bertha Budish, okay, got to Antwerp, Belgium, and did not get on the boat to America. Her mom and 2 little sisters went on without her. At 16 years old, she was alone in Antwerp, Belgium in, I think it was 1908. And she had to fend for herself. And she knew how to sew. So she went to a seamstress factory. She became a nanny to a Canadian family. And she got on the boat and came through Canada. So this is an Orthodox Jewish woman that at age 5, okay, took me and my twin sister, Cheryl Brown Gingras, and she would observe the Sabbath. So she was observant, but she would walk us down the street on a Saturday, and I found a quarter, and I was so happy about getting that quarter that I could buy candy. And she said, "Oh no, that is God's money. We give that to tzedakah, which is the Hebrew word for charity or giving." And she taught us, and my grandmother, my mom's mom, and my dad's mom, Nana Rose and Bubby Lil, they gave us a core set of values from Judaism of healing the world and ourselves, of giving, and they all have Hebrew words. Tikkun olam is to heal the world, walk in the image of God. Chesed is kindness, and tzedakah is the justice of giving. And there's more. They gave us the principles of following a plan and a blueprint to being able to understand value-based living and be welcoming to the stranger and what not to do. So there are 613 commandments, and 400 of them are the don't do's. 213 are the what you should live a life. And so that's it. And again, I'm not superly religious, but I know from right or wrong, and I know that helping others is important. And that, since a 5-year-old boy, I've grown with that. So that's chapter one. And so that's probably my favorite chapter because you know why? That was, as we said to Jose, winning the day, when I asked him a question about growing up in a room with 4 boys and doing 75 hard. He built a foundation. And this is, a much older man, but that foundation, I had a foundation. Many people are not so lucky to have that foundation. They have to learn it. It was pretty much drilled into me as a youth, and I carried it with me today, and it's part of shining brightly. That's how you shine brightly. Kindness, giving, and healing. Pretty simple formula.
Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So I would love to ask you, what is the legacy that you would love to leave?
So you don't have, okay, you don't even have a tweet, 140 characters to leave on a gravestone. You basically get loving dad or loving son and all that. And so my legacy is and for the people that I've touched and inspired and touched their heart. In Judaism, we want to talk about blessed memory because on my tombstone, it's going to say son, husband, dad. May he be blessed. You can't even put shining brightly. So what we do is we talk about blessed memory. And we talk about the name. So the name of Bubby Bertha, Nana Rose, Papa Leo, Papa Mike. These are my grandparents, Bubby Lil. We talk about them of blessed memory. And so we carry them in our heart by sharing their stories. And when we mention their name, that's a blessing. They hear you up in heaven. And that's basically the legacy I want to leave, is that if I leave a legacy, okay, of goodness, and I've touched people's heart, and they remember my name, and they remember me for shining brightly, that's the legacy I will be very, very happy to leave.
So your name will be forever on my lips, my beautiful one. Mwah.
And on your fingernails. So we say, for the person's name should be only for a blessing for all of those who knew and loved them. And that's how we remember them, because that's all you have. When their souls go to heaven, you have their memory. And you need to bring back their memory into the modern day earth so they hear you.
You know, that's amazing. I saw Coco, that animated story of Coco. That also, it's the Day of the Dead. And my grandchildren love Coco. So I've watched Coco 8 times.
That's awesome.
I loved it. It just you just reminded me of your. There's such a beautiful way to remember somebody. I just remember my beautiful times with my grandsons with Coco, and I could sing that songs Coco have sang. I could sing it in Spanish. So how amazing! So my beautiful Howard, what is the advice you will give to your younger self now at this moment? All the knowledge that you have. What will be the advice that you will give to your younger self?
I would say to my younger self that I needed to slow my pace down, slow it down. I was young. I was ambitious. I wanted to actually, make a big career and make lots of money, which I did at one time. And I would say that by doing so, I missed a lot. I did not stop and smell the roses. Okay. I did not appreciate. I was just getting to the next milestone, the next mountain to climb. And I was running fast. I would tell my younger self to slow my pace down and my cadence down because I missed a lot. And now my 59-year-old self, soon in March 10th, is much more appreciative of the pace and the cadence of my surroundings and who I indulge with. I would say that's the best advice I would give myself, is that don't be in such a rush.
So I have seen a lot of photos with smiling gentlemen on the basketball, old photos of you and the basketball, and younger men with basketball. I could see you are also younger, and then older, and I'm sure it's the same group of people that's now older in appearance, not maybe in heart, but in appearance. That's still on the basketball and also playing, on the photographs. So before I'm continuing with your next question, because your next question will be, who would you love to have dinner with somebody that was in history, and why? But we will get to that. I quickly want to play one of your videos. So my beautiful viewers, this video is in the portrait, so it doesn't take up the screen, but it's so. This was beautiful. So here we go.
Let's see it.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh boy. Sunday hoops with the boys, HB here, shining bright in the spotlight, grateful alive, baby. I am blessed, I am lucky, and I am grateful. Here we go. 3-point swish. Swish.
Wow, I can't believe you hit that.
So I don't know if you hear that voice that was taking the video. Did you hear his voice?
Yeah, he said,
said,
I can't believe you hit it.
I cannot believe you hit it. So, first of all, tell us about the cameraman and why is he so surprised? Because most of the videos I saw, you were not nearby, you were not here, you were far, and you shoot it in. You are amazing.
So people ask me if it's take one, take two, take three. It's always take one, of course, right? But that's not the case. So that was one of my best friends, Alan Bax. Give him a shout out. We are now the older guys playing basketball, not the younger guys, but I happen to be, played in college and high school, and I have what's called the point guard. The point guard is like the CEO on the court, the floor general. You're the coach on the court. And so that's where I got a lot of my leadership from. In version 1 of the show, we talked about my coach, Smokey Maraji. Teamwork, team chemistry, knowing the right timing to speed up the game, to slow down the game, who to pass the ball to. These are critical decisions that need to be made instantaneously. And that is good training for building a business or building a family. And I just learned so much because the game of basketball is like the chess match for me. But it's also my happy place, my healing place. And I go out there and I forget about everything. And so I'm not sure when that was, but I'm sure it was after colon cancer. I grew some hair back. But you don't realize I just had played 2 hours of basketball with all the young guys. So to make a shot, that's why he was surprised. He was like, you're exhausted. How do you actually make a 3-point shot when you just played for 2 hours? So most people don't know that. So that's why he said, oh, you made it. And I made it on the first try with that because I was wearing the Grateful for Life. So that's a Grateful Dead shirt. And I changed from Grateful Dead to Grateful Alive. I made my own shirts up. And so that was very special. So thank you for asking that.
I love that. So tell us who will be your historical dinner partner for the night and why? And what questions will you ask?
So it's very hard for me not to pick a sports person. Okay. It's very hard for me not to because, sports is sports. Sports is entertainment. But when you've become the greatest of all time, and in Boston, we have the New England Patriots. All these people don't like the New England Patriots because they won for 20 years. So their quarterback, their floor leader, was Tom Brady. So Tom Brady was a skinny little kid out of San Francisco that went to the University of Michigan and drafted by the Patriots. And they had injuries. And he led them to Super Bowls. And he now has 7, 6 with the Patriots and 7 with Tampa Bay. So I would want to sit down with dinner with him, to learn about his youth. I want to know about his foundation. And I know he has a really good family, He's now divorced, and he has his own children. But I want to talk about things off the field, and what he learned and how he grew as a person. He does charity. He's on TV as a Fox broadcaster. This is a person that has reached the pinnacle in multiple areas in life. And I want to basically understand the secret sauce and his foundation and his what he does daily, in just like what Jose Escobar said in Author's Journey about his morning routine, his evening routine. And I want to understand how he's remained humble, because that is something that I've tried to do, not always when I was younger, but since I've grown, is to offer humility, offer empathy. And he seems like he would, but I'd like to meet him. All right, that's the first one. I have to do a little second one only for a second, because this is something that's my big goal. There's a gentleman and a Hollywood actor named Keanu Reeves. People will know him from The Matrix and the Jack Reacher series. Okay, you should love him. You should love him because he's so talented, but he is a beautiful human. He is an incredible paparazzi stick human. Okay, there's the love. Right. So I have a dream that he will direct and star in Shining Brightly the movie because I admire him so much. I admire the way he lives his life and he conducts his business. He's charitable. He's kind. He, in a couple of his movies, he didn't take salary and he gave it to the crew because they weren't being paid enough. He helps people in need. He is the true model of Shining Brightly from a Hollywood actor. And I would love to sit down and speak with him and hear him tell me about how he formed his life and foundation. So those are the two, one athlete, one Hollywood, maybe not the world's best scientist that, that solved things or anything like that, or Jeff Bezos that started Amazon in the technology world, or a president or something like that. Those two, Tom Brady and Keanu Reeves, would be the people that I would love to have dinner with.
That's so beautiful. I love that. Thank you. So, my beautiful Howard, you spoke a little bit about faith, spirituality, mindset. Mindset is a big thing. Play a big role. Can you tell me, currently, because you are facing a lot of things soon, not even in a few days, how do you prepare your mind for everything to come?
So the first thing I ask people, what can I do for you? How can I help? I ask them to send healing prayer. Okay. Not just prayer, healing prayer. Okay. Second thing I asked them to do was to send love energy. Now I'm learning this energy field, but love is the highest force. I need that. I'm calling in the troops, the cavalry, to get behind me because if I speak to God, I speak as one voice. But if I ask everyone to speak in prayer and in love energy, I have a network around the world, okay, including the Diamond Beauties and Tanzanite Heroes and our special inner circles of tens to hundreds of thousands of people. I want God to hear me. I want to live. And so that's basically how I do that because I'm not doing it alone. I have so many people that want me to live. They want to see me grow. They want to see what's next and my impact on the world. Now, that's a discipline that you have to learn. Okay. I could give up right now and say, I'm going to die. That's not actually even in the equation. I lived it. I walked in the darkness. I learned from it. I tell people what I learned from it. And now I'm lifting myself up. And instead of actually lifting up others, because I am actually in a position of need, okay, I've learned how to accept the gifts and the words and the help of others. That took me time. That's mental toughness. That is mindset. I didn't always do that. No, I can do it myself. I can handle it. No, I need others. I need their gifts. I need their love. I do need their help. And you know what? I was mature enough to need it. And now I'm going to shine brightly into this stem cell transplant with a mindset focus. I cleared my plate, shut down my podcast, shut down my speaking, and people are still buying books, hopefully. But I am focused on a 19-year-old's bone marrow to cure me, then to rehabilitate and build back my stamina and strength and put my life back together. Now, someone said to me, Humpty Dumpty, you're putting Humpty Dumpty back together. I say it in my book. Once after cancer 1, twice after cancer 2, and a third time after cancer 3. But I've put Humpty Dumpty back together, losing business deals or other things that have happened in my life, not just these major incidents of cancer. So we all have little struggles too. And sometimes you got to take 2 steps back. Sometimes you got to go a different route. or sometimes you just got to plow right through it. Well, baby, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go on my mindset. I'm ready to go physically. I've recovered. I'm strengthening. I put myself in a boot camp. The one thing that I'm learning is the emotional side. This is the subconscious, the heart. I'm new to it, but I'm getting help and I'm opening myself up to love energy. I never felt it and knew what it is. I'm not a meditator. I don't do that. But you know what? I am saying prayers before I go to sleep. I am allowing that love energy to come in, and I am actually being taught that right now. And it's the third piece of the puzzle. So it's, the mind, the physical realm, and the subconscious and the heart. And I'm 58 years old and I never did that. And for the last 2 months, I'm allowing it. I'm not sure, it's a little unsteady because we live in this physical world. But boy, I've opened myself up, and it's all three are so powerful part of that. And I never opened that up. And so what some healers have told me is that I really have locked doors to my heart that need to be open, and they will get me through because I've already taken care of the physical and the mental side. But I need to do this at this critical time. And so I opened myself up to that learning and this energy healing. And I'm new to it, but I've embraced it.
You know, my beautiful Howard, one of the things I have for years take care of other people and didn't take care of myself.
Yeah.
And for me, giving so much of not only me, but everything. And then when people wanted to give something to me, I've always felt I'm not worthy. So the last 5.5 years, when I made a decision, almost 6 years, in April, actual fact, it's more to 6 years because April it will be 6 years. I have learned to receive because that was one of the things I didn't do. And I learned to take care of myself. Self love is important for me. Hence, my company's name, Self Love Ignites Me.
Slim.
Slim. Yes,
Slim.
I've slimmed
Yeah.
down. And
Slim.
then
It's
the
beautiful.
Afrikaans word for slim is wisdom. So
Oh.
amazing. But yeah, and wisdom, I use mindfulness to slim down. But you know, my beautiful Howard, since I went through my journey of let go of the weight and finding my purpose, finding my love for the world, being in that space, I have connected to all three: the heart, the body, and the mind. And for me, the last few years is the most incredible, incredible years in my life. And I met incredible people. So I met you. So I am grateful every day for all my blessings and all the people in my life. So gratitude plays a tremendous role in my life. I do an amazing morning routine and evening routine, and on that, and I cannot really do other exercise because there's quite a lot of fat deposits on my knees, so I need to go and take it off. But so I cannot do gym training, but I can do dance. I dance. And
Yes.
I dance with all the people I've seen. I've now done 537 coffee chats in 3 years. I dance on all of the peoples that I've met. So the playlist went now every 4 weeks. Yours I dance to every day. Yours, um, uh, uh, this your forever song I dance to every day. But the other list now went to every 4 days. But when I'm dancing, I remember whose song is that. So when your song play, Don't Stop Believe, I will dance and I will say, my beautiful
Oh.
Lord, send greetings and love to Howard. And so I went and through my list. And sometimes, if like happy, I have to call 12 people's names. I actually don't dance happy because I have to call all 12 people's names and do the kisses before continuing. But through all of that, for me, I realize we are just a small dots, if I can call it like small dots. But with all of our small dots in this amazing world, if we can connect with heart, we can be one. We can be one. So it's not really a question. I just want to say congratulations taking yourself off the grid, and thank you for honoring me with this recording. But taking you off the grid, looking after yourself first, and above everything, accepting other people that wants to do something for you or praise, accept it. That is incredible. That's incredible.
And I accept it with gratitude. And so your wisdom, so sometimes you and I, we coach each other. Sometimes you're the mentor and I'm the mentee, and both of us, we've learned from each other
A
in a 2 year
lot.
period so much. And so, God, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And my sister just loves hearing your voice. She loves your South African accent, and you're so bubbly, and you care, and people know that. People know that, and you connect the dots. That's what you do, and you do it with heart. And so I'm learning from you, and I am grateful to be on this program and to share with others our relationship and our journey. And they are get golden nuggets from both of us on both episode 1 and episode 2, and just so happy to make this time together.
So, my beautiful Howard, the next question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I don't know if you do have your miracle bag there with you from your sister. Do you
I
have
don't
it?
have it with me. I'd have to go run up the stairs and get it, so I don't have it
No.
with me. I could
Tell
read the
us,
screen.
no, tell us about it. But then
Sure.
my question is, will you be taking the next one as well? Okay. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Okay. So there's a story in my book. So when you go into isolation, chemo isolation, it's because you don't have an immune system. Okay, your blood counts, your whites, your reds, and your platelets are 0, and then they give another person's stem cells. Now, back in 1990, it was new, and my sister had 2 hours of operation where they drilled to her. They do it very differently now, 35 years later. They actually just take them out like giving platelets or blood, and they take the stems and they put everything else back in, and you're much easier than a medical procedure. So they bring in a transfusion bag. Just think of just a little bag. It's the size of an index card, maybe a little larger. And oops, I lost you. Anyways, I'll keep talking. And I ended when Sanet will come back. But this bag was purple. It was my bag of life. That was going to save my life from my twin sister. And it did. So once they infused me, they ended up, it was just sitting there empty. I look over at my mom, Nancy Brown, and I say, "Oh my God, I want you to take it. Take a little clipper out of your purse and I want you to take it. They'll never know." And she's like, "No, I can't do that." But she did. She absolutely did. They didn't even notice it. And so the question that Sanet asked me was, I told the story of how my mom, I told her to take the bag.
I
And,
saw it, but I had to move the table down because I feel a little bit. I think it's a bit hot here, and I've been standing for so long. I thought,
okay.
let me just drop the table so that I can sit. And now you don't see
Okay. The butterfly.
the top part. You see the bottom of the butterfly. Please continue, Howard.
Yeah. So I kept talking. So she didn't want to take it, but they didn't even notice it. So I carry that almost everywhere I go. It never leaves me. It is always with me because I am so grateful for for my twin sister, CJ Brown Gingras. And I use it in my talk. I use it in my book. It is the symbol of life reborn and to get a second chance. So to answer your question, I was sitting at Carmano's Cancer Institute where I do my stem cell in downtown Detroit. And I looked at this Dr. Uberti and I said, Dr. Uberti, I said, I showed you this, my bag of life. I said, you realize that I will be asking for my second bag of life, of course. He's like, no one's ever asked for that. I said, if you'll do me the honor of putting that in a bio bag and making sure that you give that to me, I need to, because that bag will symbolize my rebirth again, and I will take that everywhere I go. And he looked at me and he shrugged his shoulders and he was like, okay, okay. And that was it. My sister mission. I said, yeah, I said, I think the old way of just taking it might not work, but I already put it out there. I already put it out to him and to the universe. I will have my second bag of life. It will go everywhere I go. And my first bag of life was handwritten in 1990, May of 1990. This bag will be computer stickers on it, and I will take it, and I will carry it everywhere I go. And when I look at those bags and I share those stories, okay, it's a visual. We are visual learners, 85% of the world. They see a symbol of what I had to do to be standing in front of them at that moment. Powerful.
I must just tell you, the first time I saw it, I literally went, my, like that small bag have saved your life. But you did tell us the person that the beautiful gentleman that you are getting the stem cells from is 19 years old.
It's anonymous for 2 years. All I know is that he's overseas and that he's 19, and that is in my favor. Young bone marrow is the best bone marrow because my sister was 24. Unfortunately, we're older. It's not as effective, but if it's the last resort, they will use it. 19 years old is a godsend to me. 19-year bone marrow is going to save my life and allow me to continue to do our work, shining brightly, and to do what we have to do. And so I am only focused on this blessed young man, okay, that swabbed and is an exact match to get me and to help me live my life. And we won't know each other, and you have to both consent 2 years because it's overseas. And I think I would like to get to know that person, and they would have to agree. But at this person, it's anonymous. But I am grateful that I have a match in the bone marrow donor registry. So for those listening, you swab your cheek, you are registered, okay? My sister was a 1 in 25,000 chance of being an exact match. The odds in 1990, there wasn't many people in the registry. Today, with different countries and organizations, advocacy organizations like Gift of Life and the Bone Marrow Donor Registry and others, they have so many millions of people that have left the cheek swab. And it's so much easier to save a life by giving your stem cells. You don't have surgery. You get basically shots to make your bone marrow superpowered, and then they extract the cells like giving platelets. It's for 3 days in a row. And you get the bag, and that bag is basically Federal Express to the cancer hospital. And the day before, they'll eliminate my immune system again, which is pretty easy to do with 5 days of rock'em sock'em chemo, no radiation this time. I've had plenty of that. And they will walk in with a bag into the room. My family will be by my side, and they will slowly, over an hour, drip purple stem cells to save my life. And I will watch them, and I will hold my sister and my mom's hand, and we will pray. And then they watch to see how your body reacts. And your immune system grows over the next 30 days to 40 days, hopefully not that long, but in chemo isolation. And They will watch me like a hawk for anything that potentially called graft versus host disease that could happen, whether it's a small amount, hopefully not a large amount, and they are prepared to basically get me through and get me to a point where my own immune system, combined with this 19-year-old's immune system, and I will have to have no reliance on blood transfusions or platelets, and then they will release me back, and they watch me for 100 days following very carefully, very carefully. And then I will do bone marrow biopsies quarterly for a few years. But I will be then starting the healing process of building back my strength, my stamina, my calories. And I'll put it out there in our first episode. One of my things I'm doing is after this, when I'm strong enough, I'm coming to South Africa to spend time with you, meet your husband, have ice cream, walk on the beach, and be together.
I definitely will take you to the Kruger National Park to see wild animals on a
Safari.
safari.
I know. I want to see that.
So, my beautiful Howard, what do you want to say to your family?
So I happen to have a family where my mom had twins at 19 years old. My dad was 21. My dad, in the book, he worked 3 jobs to support that family. I have unconditional love from my family. I knew I was loved. My dad was a little stricter than my mom. My mom was the humble and the grateful and the charitable community servant. My dad was the worker. And I had my best friend born in the womb with me. Now, she's never had cancer. Okay. She's been healthy. She has 3 children. She has an older daughter who's 26 and twins that are 23, girl boy twins. Remember, I'm girl boy. So her daughter is a few minutes older than her son. This is Danny and Luke, and we have Marley, who's 26. And I had one, our miracle girl, Emily. But my twin sister, we've been together and been best friends for my whole life. And so my family, when these things have happened to me, they've come to basically be part of that inner circle. Okay. We circle the wagons and basically we help each other get through. It's always, as my mom says in my book, family first. And she means it. And it's a beautiful thing to have. Not everybody is so fortunate. So I know that I'm very, very lucky to have a family that will surround me unconditionally and in true love. And so they're here now. They just flew in from Boston, and my daughter's flying in, and it's just truly very special. And if you don't have family, you still can build that network, that cavalry, those caregivers. Don't do it alone. If you can do it yourself or just ask others, there are organizations out there that will give you a mentor. Emmerman Angels and others here in the U.S. that will be your mentor. I've mentored many cancer patients through this journey. I've been mentored, so that can be done for you. So I don't want people without family to know that they are not left behind. Organizations in the colon cancer space, like Colon Town, where I was the chairman of the board, we serve 12,500 colon cancer patients, families, and caregivers every step of the way. There are resources out there now in the digital world. So I don't want to forget people without the family. So, but I am very blessed, lucky, and grateful for that. I have my family that's going to walk the walk with me, and boy, isn't that comforting.
Is there a message that you want to give or something you want to tell your family?
I want to tell them that I truly love them. And my dad's Marshall Brown, my mom Nancy Brown. They've been married for close to 60 years. In June, it'll be 60. They'll celebrate a beautiful milestone. My twin sister, CJ, Cheryl Brown Jingers, is an angel on this earth. Before cancer, She is an angel. She is all goodness. She is my best friend. She is truly the best human I know. That's it. And we love each other unconditionally, and we walk together.
Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful Howard, for your heart. Thank you for your amazingness, ness. I hope you heard the echo. So I'm going to use the paparazzi pen. Can you
Oh,
please give us
yeah.
golden nugget?
So, my golden nugget is how I concluded all my podcasts, all 112 episodes. So, I want you to choose to shine brightly each day for yourself and then for others. And it'll spread to your friends, family, and neighborhood and communities. And we become this force multiplier of goodness to be kind, bring joy, do giving, share gratitude, and not to choose hate and make this world a better place.
I love it. I love it. Are you ready for paparazzi?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Woo!
Wow.
Hollywood!
Incredible, incredible. My beautiful Howard, thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the energy spent with me because this took a lot out of you.
Right.
I am so blessed and I'm so thankful for your time for now. But over and above everything, I love you with all my heart. I am praying and will keep praying for you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for inspiring not only me but the world. You are a force of nature. You are art. Your wisdom is incredible. For me, I love you with all my heart.
I love you back. Ma. Right? Ma. Thank you.
Mwah. Somebody
Ma.
the other day said, I don't know why you kiss so many. I said, but we didn't have a coffee chat, but when we have a coffee chat, I will tell you, it stands for moments with authentic heart. So, mwah.
Ma.
Thank you, my thank you, my beautiful viewers, for spending time with us. I know there was lots of wisdom, old school wisdom, and lots of information, especially if you have a loved one going through cancer or if you are going through that. So, from my heart to yours, mwah.
Ma.